Well, I haven't jumped off the Lakers bandwagon. I've always said that if LeBron and AD are healthy, they're going to be fine. But I must acknowledge, I ran into a couple of Lakers while I'm out here in LA, and obviously I know a lot of people within the organization, and consistently, while everybody acknowledges the health of Anthony Davis is vastly improved, they talk about being concerned about the conditioning. That's all that we're talking about here. But the flip side to it is that what I'm recognizing is this. Anthony Davis, 4 points, 4 rebounds last night, 17 minutes or so. You got to believe in LeBron James because these brothers just know how to play. They're two of the top 5 players on the planet as far as I'm concerned. But I can't ignore what I'm seeing out west with the Phoenix Suns and specifically with the Los Angeles Clippers as well. They're the number 3 seed in the Western Conference. They're the top shooting 3-point shooting team in the league. And so when I look at the formidability of the Los Angeles Clippers and the way everybody's flowing, then I start saying, okay, Anthony Davis is going to have his A game and LeBron James is going to have his A game. Are we sure they're going to have their A game? That's the question mark right now. So the sooner they get back now, the better. They've been out long enough. Obviously, I'm one of those guys that believes that LeBron can stay out as long as he needs to with all the work that he puts in and very rarely taking time off. But I'm looking at the competition out west, and I'm not feeling as strong-willed and as strong-minded about the Lakers' chances as I was. I'm still not jumping off that wagon, but I'm starting to get just a touch nervous as to whether or not they're going to get compromised by Phoenix or the Clippers.
If you ask me who am I taking, if you ask me who I'm taking to get out of the West, the answer is the Lakers. If you ask me, am I taking them against the field or the Lakers, I'll make the Lakers the odds-on favorites. I'll take them against any one team. I'm not taking them against the field right now. And Stephen A., the reason is we don't know what AD is going to be. We saw him last night, and honestly, athletically, he looked pretty good to me. Rusty. He's rusty, conditioning, rust, I get it. But we need to know he's going to be at 100%. I don't think 80% does it in this Western Conference. Now, they caught a break in the sense that Jamal Murray's not going to be around because the Nuggets will be so live. But there are 3 other teams they're going to have to get through, most likely 2 of them, to get out of the West. And even if I like them by a little against either one of them, both together, look, the Suns, as you mentioned, this team, let's go back to the bubble. If you take out the playoffs, because even though they went 8-0 in the bubble, they didn't get to play in the playoffs, they have the best regular season record in basketball over that time. The Suns have been among the powerhouses all year this year, and they were 8-0 in the bubble. They added Chris Paul. And more than anything, that should show up in the playoffs. They have 2 near MVP caliber players in their backcourt, a well-constructed team, and really the only reason that I wouldn't be even more bullish on the Suns is DeAndre Ayton is still a little green. So I do like the Lakers against the Suns, but I think the Suns give them a run for their money. And then the Jazz been the best team in basketball kind of all year. You know, I don't believe in them in the playoffs as much as the team I'm about to mention, but you have to think that they are live. And the team, what they did with the Nuggets last year was a first-round series. That's the best one you're ever going to see among them. The Clippers. You mentioned it, Stephen A. The Clippers, they're going to need AD to be dominant against the Clippers because the Clippers have some bodies, though Ibaka hasn't played in a minute now. And Zubac and stuff, but what are you really going to do with AD if you're the Clippers? You got some wings. No one's going to stop LeBron, but you have as good matchups as you could possibly ask for against LeBron in both Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. And you have guys who really know how to play, like obviously Rondo and Nick Batum, and I mentioned Ibaka, and guys off the bench who can score. The Clippers are dangerous. The Jazz are dangerous. The Suns are dangerous. The Nuggets would have been. I like the Lakers against any one of them, Stephen A., but I can't say they're better than 50-50 to beat at least 2 of them.
LeBron James has missed 18 games this year. Anthony Davis has missed 35. And the rest of the teams in the conference are playing together for the most part. I mean, Kawhi is Kawhi, so he takes time off when he needs to because of the injuries he sustained years ago with San Antonio and how guarded he is about that. But you look at what's transpiring. The one thing that I will give the Lakers credit for, however, is Frank Vogel and his coaching staff. You know, Jason Kidd, Lionel Hollins, my brother Phil Handy, and others. They're the number 2 ranked defense in the NBA. with LeBron having missed 18 games, with Anthony Davis having missed 35 games. So I give a lot of credit where credit is due in that regard, because obviously with those two out, but your defense not lagging off one bit, I think that says a lot about the coaching staff. I think that says a lot about what they're going to be defensively come playoff time. But I'm just looking at the Clippers. I'm looking at the Phoenix Suns. I'm looking at the Utah Jazz. And I'm saying Anthony Davis, he comes back. He's just rusty. We understand that. As long as he's 100%, we believe in him. But you got to remember, one of the things that I don't like, and I want to make sure I point this out. You know what? The Lakers can't just be big. They have to play big. When I see Anthony Davis, even though he can hit those shots, I just don't want to see Anthony Davis shooting a bunch of fall-away jump shots. I don't mind it every now and then. But he's got to be a man amongst boys come these Western Conference playoffs. He's going to have to make noise in the interior on both ends of the floor. Shooting fall-away jump shots from 17 feet away ain't cutting it. I'm just telling you that right now. I don't give a damn how great he is. In this year's playoffs, that's not going to get it done. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope shooting better than 42% from threes. Hit about 6 threes last night, if I remember correctly, 6 of 12. From three-point range, had 29 points, played the big-time game. What he did in the finals, he's going to need to do again. And Anthony Davis is going to have to play big on both ends of the floor as well in order for the Lakers to be what we expect them to be.
When AD was last seen on a court in the playoffs, he was the best big in the game. He was proving it again. He was proving it again. We'll see if that's still the case, because other bigs have come up in the world, notably Embiid on a game-for-game basis. May not have to see him, but he may if Brooklyn's not healthy in the finals, or Giannis.
Well, I'm not worried about that, because by the time the finals come, you will have played 3 rounds.
Right.
I'm worried about those first 2 rounds.
Jokic. One of them
I'm worried about
the
first 2 rounds.
One of them could be against Jokic, but at any rate,
first round.
AD is going to have to be dominant. We agree on that.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.